May I come in, sir?
Bonopriya.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sit.
Thank you, sir.
Have you met before? No.
No, sir.
No, yeah. Okay, so is this your first interview?
Yes, sir. First one.
Okay, and have you had your mock interviews?
I had 4 mocks.
Four mock interviews.
Yes, sir.
When is your interview now?
So it's on 22nd of November.
So there isn't much time, but I'll try and suggest a few things to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me about what did they say about you in mock interviews? What was their feedback? So then I'll be able to tell you how to overcome if they have suggested or anything.
So as such, they haven't suggested anything. They just have said that I need to decrease my speed a little bit.
Speed of speech?
Yes, sir.
Don't do that.
Okay, sir.
Your speech is perfect.
Okay, sir.
So don't worry on that. Don't make an attempt. You won't be able to do it by 20 seconds, so don't worry about it.
So they were of the opinion that they are very senior and aged people, so they might not be able to comprehend or understand if you do not decrease
the
your
speed with which you are speaking
Yes,
is absolutely, there's no problem in comprehending what you say. No problem whatsoever. So don't even think about it. Just throw it in the dustbin. That's suggestion. Okay?
So rest about the eye contact and the smile, they said it's okay. You can carry this to the interview.
Nothing else. That's about all.
Nothing else. There's the
How
speed.
did they rate you?
So rating, here Robin said not rate me. He just asked me to rate myself. I rated myself 6. He said you should give yourself more. But
8.
we won't rate you. I gave myself 6.
I am giving you 8. I'm telling you, see, I am a reasonably good assessor of persons.
Yes, sir.
You have a very decent chance. If you've done your written well, I guarantee you'll qualify. You take it from me. 2 months down the line, when the result comes, tell me, sir, you told me that day and I have qualified. I'll tell you why. You don't look nervous. That is one, which most of them who came to me look nervous. You have a countenance, smiling countenance, which is very good. You are very articulate. You are able to express yourself. And you're very clear in your presentation. So you have all those attributes. Now I'll suggest a few other things in the time that we have up to 20th. 20th you said, no?
22nd,
22nd.
sir. Yes.
So you have about 5-6 days ahead of you.
Yes,
and I'll suggest to you what you can do in these 6 days.
yes,
Number 1, don't attend any other mock interview.
okay, sir.
Don't.
Okay, sir.
It will not value add. Mock interview is to assess you.
Yes, sir.
And I have always been advocating, yes, you should attend a couple of mock interviews, but much before your final interview, not close to your interview. Close to your interview, you should do other things, not attend a mock interview. So first, very clearly, don't attend any mock interview, right? Second, relax. Just take it easy. Go out with your friends, go to movies, enjoy yourself. These 2 are very important for you to continue to the way you are. You look relaxed, everything's fine. You should not become tense as you move closer to the interview. And if you do attend mock interview and they tell you some stupid thing, you will live in that stupidity. Because you won't be able to change now. You are what you are. What I'm going to tell you is not to change you. I'll tell you how to value add to what you are.
Yes, sir.
So don't attend any mock interview, because if somebody gives you a negative input, you will live with that negative input and will impact your presentation, right? Now what you should do. Number 1, talk as much as you can.
So like normal conversation.
Normal conversation. In front of a mirror, with your friends, converse, speak and speak.
Okay,
Why?
sir.
Because while preparing for the civil service, you have only studied and written. You're not spoken. So for 1 year, 1.5 years, you've not been speaking. Very rarely do you speak. You're spending most of your time reading.
Right, sir.
And what is required here is speaking. So speaking should come naturally to you. It has. But you should make an effort to keep speaking. That is one. Second, you must constitute a WhatsApp group with those that are appearing in the interview. All those guys sitting here.
Okay, sir.
4 or 5 people. And if possible, meet physically and discuss. I'll tell you what to discuss. Or if not possible to meet physically over a cup of tea, then you discuss on WhatsApp. Have at least 2 sets of conversation, one morning, one evening, with that group. On what? On current issues. Now, usually people read books. I would suggest don't read books. Because what they are testing of you is not your knowledge. Your knowledge has already been tested. Now they are testing your awareness. Now I tell you the difference between knowledge and awareness. Awareness is about what is currently happening around you, so that, and impacting your life, life of the district. So that is something which you understand. Now, how do you do that? Pick up newspapers of past 1-2 months, whichever newspaper you read, and read the editorial page, not the newspaper, editorial page. What will that do? That will give you an understanding of current issues which are relatable, relevant, that is happening, because that is something which they could ask.
Yes.
And if in the editorial pages you find something related to Assam or its problems, then all the more to understand that. It is from those editorial pages that you'll pick up topics for discussion with you in your WhatsApp group. So if you are unable to understand something or you want to discuss something, list it in WhatsApp group and ask everyone to speak about it.
Yes.
And on those issues, if there are YouTube videos,
Yes, sir.
listen to them. That's how you have to work. Because to my mind, more than reading, listening is more important.
Yes, sir.
It settles more in your mind.
Retaining.
So, and those YouTubes would be on current issues, not what is your subject,
Physics.
not on physics. No one is going to ask you about physics. Don't study physics. They will not. If they ask, just tell them, sir, I did my physics in 2018. 6 years, sir, I forgot most of it.
So is that
absolutely?
Because I've been reading and I was not able to understand that
Don't read physics.
What depth
I'm telling you, don't read. I'm telling you not only depth. I'm telling you a few things not to do. Don't attend mock interviews. Don't read physics. But if there is a Nobel Prize given recently, I don't know whether, then you should know about that. So anything current about physics, you should know, not the theoretical knowledge. If some event has happened, a physics conference has taken place, something new has come up, that you should know. So you should be aware of the updated happening on what you've been doing in the past. So that is one. Second, you should know about the district where you come from. What are the problems of the districts? What has the state government done? So you should know about the state schemes, state government schemes. And what are the shortcomings in that? And what are your suggestions to overcome that shortcoming? You should appear to be very positive. There's no harm in being critical, but criticism should follow the positives first, and then you should be able to also suggest how that criticism could be overcome. So, for example, one of the problems that this state faces is floods. Okay. Now they can ask you, has the state government done anything about floods? So you can't say yes or no. Never ever start an answer with yes or no.
Okay.
You should not be giving conclusion of the answer in the beginning. Conclusion of the answer has to come in the end. And you should appear positive. So how do you go about it? You will say, sir, a number of steps have been taken by the government. So you're not straight away criticizing the government. You can start by saying, state government has done nothing and that's why we have floods. You're sunk. There's a number of steps. Then list out those steps. But sir, there have been issues in terms of implementation of what government has done. These are the problems. And the next step would be, how do you overcome those problems? What is the way to overcome those problems? Now, when you suggest something, it should not be a conclusive suggestion that this should be done, this should be done. Sir, in my limited understanding, this probably will solve this problem. You can also say, sir, if you do this, it will solve the problem.
Yes,
you're not in a position to suggest something which can solve the problem. It will take time. So, lot depends on the way you articulate your answer.
yes.
You cannot give conclusively definitive answers about problems. So, for example, there is a migration problem from Bangladesh. Many people have been asked this question. Many people will be asked this question.
Yes,
how do you answer that question?
So
is there a problem of illegal immigrants in this country? Suppose this question is put to you.
So,
how will you answer that question?
So, a lot of steps are being taken by the government.
No. First, I have listened to the question. I said, is there a problem of illegal immigrants? I am not asking you how the government is handling it. How would you answer that question?
Sir, yes, sir. We do have this issue in Assam.
So now, instead of saying, yes, sir, I've told you don't start with yes or no.
Yes, sir.
So, though it's a problem, you will say, sir, it does appear.
It does appear. Okay, sir.
Because if you say yes is a problem, they will ask you, how do you know?
Okay, sir.
Well, how would you answer? You say yes, it's a problem. I'll ask you, how do you know it's a problem?
Okay, sir.
How will you answer that question?
Right, sir.
You will say, sir, I've read, I've heard.
Yes,
now, when you've read and heard, it's a perception, not a conclusion. You've not seen it with your own eyes.
Yes.
Most of the problems that you see are perceptions.
Yes.
You have not seen it. Has no illegal immigrant would have met with you.
Yes.
You haven't met anybody.
Yes.
Yet you believe. How do you believe? Because perception has been created. Right or wrong, that's a different matter. So these nuances are important. My suggestion would be in next few days, make a conscious effort not to start with conclusions.
Okay.
In your discussions also, not start with conclusions. So you say, is there a problem, sir? There appears to be a problem. Because it's all in the media. You talk to somebody, there appears to be a problem. Then say, are you sure it's not a problem? I said, no, sir. There appears to be a problem. Then if there is a problem, how do you sort it out? Should we throw them back to Bangladesh? Don't start with no, sir. See, the usual response is conclusion. You make a conscious effort not to start with conclusions.
Yes.
Make a conscious effort next 6 days.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So there could be many answers to this. Sir, I think the first step should be to identify such illegal immigrants. Because without identification, it may be difficult to decide what to do to them, leave alone send them back to Bangladesh. And then we'll have to also look at the practicality of sending them to Bangladesh. You're not giving any solution. You are analyzing the issue step by step. It will make you appear as a person who looks at analysis. They're looking at these aspects because see, no one has answers to these questions. They are looking for officers who can analyze issues so that you can come to conclusions.
Yes.
Right? You practice this, speak as much as you can, discuss, get into a WhatsApp group. My telephone number will be given to you all. Okay. Any other question comes to your mind, you can message me. I'll either speak to you or send a response depending on my convenience, but numbers will be available. And just relax. Absolutely. I'm sure you'll do wonderfully well.
So about the factual things and not saying no. They
no
say
problem.
that you can say no, but it comes to my mind that will they judge me based on my knowledge?
It comes to everyone's mind, and let me assure you, it doesn't matter at all. Facts and knowledge has already been tested. Only stupid fellow gives marks on factual details. But if you're not aware, you subtle difference.
Yes,
if they ask you about the problem with Sam, you say, I don't know, then there is an issue.
Yes.
But if you say, in which year this happened, then you can say, sir, I can't say.
Exact GSDP, the Assam's rank. I was aware about a lot of such data and facts. So those are, sir.
If you don't know, you don't know. And secondly, when you don't know, don't live in that ignorance. That's a more difficult problem. Yes, you know, the nervousness is born out of your fear of ignorance, fear of failure, and fear of what you failed already. Yes, you have to get out. Because then what you can answer, you will not be able to answer. Yes. Right? Okay.
So also, sir, in the intro, if they ask me to introduce myself, I was thinking that I'll mention that I was a national level debater, I do anchoring and leadership. So if I mention them, does it come out as I'm trying to impress and unnecessary?
It depends on how you say it. Sir, I tried my hand at debating as well.
Yes, so like during my academic journey, I was actively engaged in debating, anchoring, and public speaking.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. So I can mention them like that. Yes, sir.
It depends on how, see, everything is how you present. It's not so much what.
Yes, sir. Okay, so this is...
How is something which you should work on next few days. Right? Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir. So also I had a small request.
Yes.
I read your book. Can I get a signature?
Oh, certainly. I'll sign you.
We were a group of 4 or 5 girls. We used to stay in Delhi and all of us used to read.
Where did you study in Delhi?
So I was in Karol Bagh, actually just preparing for UPSC.
I see.
So I'm still giving attempts of UPSC as well. So,
okay, I'll tell you a few things on what to do in UPSC. I guide people there also.
Yes, I listen to your podcasts and everything.
Bonopriya.
Yes, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Your future is UPSC, not here.
Yes, sir.
You should work on that. I'll tell you how to go about it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I will get your number, sir, from
Yes.
Okay, sir.